called One Strange Rock. Will Smith is hosting it, and it is about these astronauts that were circling the Earth for a period of time taking pictures, and they said there's certain parts of the Earth that are always covered up by clouds. Just to validate that point, meaning they don't know where everything is on Earth. You know what I'm saying? So when it's made new again, there's going to be some things we've never seen. Even though we don't know things now, it's going to be beautiful, man.
I was saying, show you that in movie Kalisko Island. The island was surrounded by like a hurricane. Y'all remember?
Yeah, I remember that. You had to go through the storm to get to the island.
Yeah,
that's heavy too.
Yeah. I got that Zechariah 12.
Okay, look, bring out this precept. We're gonna jump back.
All right. This is Numbers 23 and 24. Behold, the people shall rise up as a great lion and lift up themselves as a young lion. He shall not lie down until he eat of the prey.
Right, and that's what lions do. You know, that's what they do. They make sure they get the business done before they start enjoying themselves. Just like Judas Maccabees. It said, don't take the spoils yet because the battle's before us still.
Oh yeah.
You know, we can't.
It ain't victory time.
Yeah, we can't try and take pleasure in what the scriptures tell us that we're gonna have until we get the hell out of here. That's right. First of all, the kingdom's not gonna be established in America. Right. So what the hell are you Israelite camps out there making our people comfortable? Right. You know, like you're supposed to gain sovereignty and get your own acres and lands. I think it's an Israelite community down there in the Carolinas somewhere. They got a whole farm with hundreds of acres, man. Through the Spirit, man. But we looking for the kingdom to come, man. We're looking for this place to be destroyed. If you cannot read that one more time.
Okay. Behold, the people shall rise up as a great lion and lift up himself as a young lion. He shall not lie down until he eat of the prey.
God, and the link up to that is in Micah, where it says, we shall be like a lion among the beasts of the field, as a young lion who will tear through them, basically. And that's exactly what's going to happen. That's what we're going to go into, man. Because Esau, you're confused, all right, but we also want you to be terrified, too.
Absolutely.
Because Esau's confused, but he's got that pride still.
Yeah.
He's a little scared, but you could be more scared.
Oh, yeah.
Terrified.
All right?
Yeah, we want him to be astonished. Pissing his pants.
Yeah.
A little bit more. He shall not lie down until he eat of the prey and drink the blood of the slain. Yeah, that show you that's a vicious Terminator T-1000 mentality, man. Because he could have just laid that, left it. Moses could have just left it at the prey, but he had to put that emphasis drinking the blood of the slain.
Yeah.
That's a certain mentality. That's when you just going straight berserk mode, man. You know, like that Wolverine, that real ferocious. The Most High's gonna put because you know we civilized now, so to speak. You know, we citizens in America, but the Most High's gonna supercharge us.
Gotta change your place. Say you should
do it according to his spirit.
That's third time.
Let's jump back.
God, this is Zechariah chapter 12, verse 4. In that day, saith the Lord, I will smite every horse with astonishment, and his rider with madness, and I will open mine eyes upon the house of Judah, and will make every horse of the people Salakia, and will smite every horse of the people with blindness.
And that's what's going on. These judges, all right, these different politicians, and that we're going to be brought before, but like Yahushua said, they're not going to be able to bring up any substantial charges on us, man. They're not going to hold. Just as a testimony, up in D.C., we had gotten to a thing with the court, and brothers had to go to court for the truth. They ended up playing a video in the courtroom of us on the highways and byways. They had no choice. They had no choice. And after that, they cut it, and brothers walked out scot-free. That's exactly what we banking on, man.
That's right.
When that time comes and we're brought before these horses or these people in positions of power, all we got to do is just rely on what Yahushua wants us to say.
That's it.
And you look at how Yahushua operated and how he responded to the magistrates and to the higher ups. When Pilate asked him, they say, "You are the king of the Jews," what did Yahushua say? You said it. Hey, you said it. And that's exactly. He had wits, and we're gonna have the spiritual wits of Yahweh by Yahushua. Everything that they bring up against us, we just gonna react with the scriptures.
I was just about to get it.
You know,
Matthew's 10 and 20.
we can get that. Yeah, the Matthew's 10. Get that out.
I got it.
Okay, come.
I was about to go there. This is
Man, we're not worried about what we got to say. You know, people think that we come out here with a script, you know what I'm saying, like the same thing every week. Nah, we going in the spirit. Of course we have like a mindset of something we may want to go into, but the spirit takes over, man. You know, just like it was in the temple, man. The spirit it engulfs the temple, engulfs the altar, man. All right, go ahead, Art.
Matthew 10 and 18. And ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles.
Right, a testimony meaning the prophecy, because the Lord's writing this now, and it's going to happen in these times. So those were prophetic words, and they still are prophetic words. Go ahead.
Verse 19. But when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what ye shall speak, for it shall be given you in that same hour what ye shall speak.
Right, so it's okay to have a working knowledge of the law and stuff like that, but you can't bank on that shit. Because remember, Esau changes his laws all the time. You could go to court and think you know the law, and the motherfucker would change it on purpose just because he got you locked up.
They do revisions.
Yeah, they do revisions. And then they got, don't forget, they got the NDAA on deck. So technically, if they want, they could just fall on that back burner of that and say, look, we can keep you locked up, and we don't got to tell you nothing. You know?
Due process of law.
Yeah, due process is gone. You know?
No habeas corpus, as they call it.
Habeas corpus.
Go ahead, Aki.
Verse 20. For it is not ye that speak, but the Spirit of your Father which speaketh in you.
Right, because we're not like these other groups, man. These people in these churches where we just speak and speak and speak, man. Look, we're gonna stop, all right, and get the scriptures and apply the scriptures to everything, man. Because it's all about taking your emotions and your wicked spirit, all right, by nature, out of the equation and implementing Yahushai's spirit. When you do that, you can never fail, man. You're gonna come out undefeated every single time. Through the Spirit. Why? Because it's the Spirit that's speaking expressly through us, man.
That's right. I'm going to go back to Zechariah 12. It's Zechariah chapter 12, verse 6. In that day will I make the governors of Judah like the hearth of fire among the wood, and like a torch of fire in a sheaf.
Yeah, what happened to Paradise in California is a symbol of what we're doing to all of America, man. And what's going to happen to America? Jeremiah 5 and 14. Yeah, and you can run that precept back.
Zechariah 12 and 6. In that day will I make the governors of Judah like the hearth of fire among the wood, and like a torch of fire in a sheaf, and they shall devour all the people round about.
Go ahead, Aki.
Jeremiah chapter 5, verse 14. Wherefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh Shai of hosts, because you speak this word, behold, I will make my words in thy mouth fire, and this people wood, and it shall devour them.
Right, and everybody, only the elect, all right? The elect is known as what? Is known as fine gold. So when this fire hits them, all it does is just purify the elect.
That's right.
But everybody else, they just get toasted. You know, they get toasted, and they don't get 3rd-degree burns, they get 7th-degree burns. You know, through the Spirit. And that's exactly how this word is, man. It's fiery. That's why the Lord likens our spirits unto lamps of fire. You know?
Got a precept for that. Psalms 104, verse 4. Who maketh his angels spirits and his ministers a flaming fire.
And that's us, man.
That's right.
All right? We are the ministers of the teachers of Yahweh Shai, just like Yahweh Shai said. We didn't come out here to be taught. You got Jake, they try to come out here and drop jewels and points and stuff like that, you know? With no precepts. But look, we're not out here to be taught. You know, we out here to bring out the truth and to teach. We out here to minister, not to be ministered unto. These guys that come out here and try to teach us, they don't do it every week. You know, they just pop up and then disappear. So what? You have no authority.
We out here on a consistent basis, man. Hey, it's what is it? What is it? 52? It's 52 weeks in a year. We out here 52 plus times because we come out during weekdays. So that's a consistent effort. When was the last time you seen Black Lives Matter? Where the fuck they at, man? But they lives matter. But they somewhere, you know, drinking the fucking mojito. While Jake out here jacked the fuck up, man. Hey, that's why the Lord said He would what? He would raise up the prophets B time, sending them early in the mornings to prophesy, man. All the time. Lord would send out the prophets early in the morning to come warn you, man. Man, it wasn't no, hey, I'm tired today, Lord. Can I do it tomorrow? It wasn't no sick day. Hey, you know, Lord, I'm sick. You know, you mind if I use one of my sick days?
Now I got that precept for you. This is Jeremiah 35:15. He said, I have sent also unto you all my servants, the prophets, rising up early and sending them, saying, return ye now every man from his evil way, and amend your doings. Go not after other gods to serve them, and ye shall dwell in the land.
That's right, and that was the importance of coming out and teaching. All right, because you had idol worship. You had the Israelites during the time, this was in Babylon here, man. And you had the Israelites doing what? Worshiping idols. So the Lord would raise up the prophets early to get Jake to turn back to him.
That's right.
And they had to keep going out there. Hey, I think it was Elijah thought he was out there by himself.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, he thought he was out there by himself. The Lord said, "Look, I got 7,000 men that didn't bow to Baal, bro."
Right.
It's an account too, where literally, I think it was Ezra. He started in the morning prophesying, and then he said at night, "I held not my tongue." So he was literally like, he was in the spirit, in that trance of the spirit, speaking. Yeah, and I think that was when they was writing down the books.
Right.
Because he had to keep some books, some he delivered to the public, and then some he held back for the ones that understood.
Yeah, well,
But the spirit was on it.
Got this precept. This is Sirach chapter 5 verse 7. Make no tearing to turn to the Lord, or put not off from day to day. You got a lot of Israelites to try to wait. You know, I'm gonna wait till the springtime because the weather's gonna be better.
Or they like to use that. Oh, I think I'm just a help.
Yeah.
Or, you know, I don't have to come out to the camp. You know, I'm gonna just be a help. Or I'm just a musician. You know, I think the Lord called me to make music to wake up. No. The Lord said, give diligence to make your calling of election sure. You will never know your gift until you pick up the plow.
That's right.
It says, for suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. Because you have a lot of our people, they think they secure, they cool right now because all hell hasn't broken loose. The lights are still on. The EMP hasn't dropped.
Right.
They can still use their EBT to get food and shit like that.
So the bank account is fat.
But that very same thing that you put in power in and putting over Yahweh Shema Shai is going to turn upon you, man.
That's right.
You know, you're gonna go to the store to try and get food. It's gonna be a gang of Edomites waiting for your ass.
Yep. And Esau know how to wipe out the shells.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is scare you fucking people, man.
Yeah.
Snowstorm, pre-scare you. Pre-scare you. There's the most catastrophic biblical snowstorm this earth has ever seen.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, the store is done.
Yep. All the gas gone.
The gas is gone. That quick. Esau know how to take them resources from you, man.
Yeah.
You know? So it's going to be one day, the mass majority of America is going to be in for a rude awakening, man.
They got no precept for you. This is Proverbs 11:4. It said, riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivered from death.
Right, it says righteousness delivered from death. The riches of this world are not even riches. These dollars that we got, this imaginary money. Right. Everything is in a computer these days. All right, they just playing video games with the money at this point.
Oh yeah.
Through the spirit, man. What we call so-called hourly wages or salary, that shit is just made up, man. Yeah. It's just a number to make you feel a certain way about yourself, to instill some type of pride or false emotion within you.
Yeah. Because you can't prove what you made.
You can't.
It's not like you used to clock in. You can see. They just put a number into your account and you just keep it moving.
Right. They call it a digital entry.
Right, because you're not going to be, when all hell breaks loose and you try to go get your ration or something like that, you can't tell them their salary and expect to get another extra ration or some shit. When the missiles show up, you're not going to be able to hold open a ledger.
Right.
I paid all my bills on time. Please don't destroy me.
Right.
You know?
Hey, and then another thing too, the scriptures say, be circumspect for the days that we're in our evil. You can have all the money in the world, but there's no food in the grocery store. What are you gonna buy?
What you gonna buy?
There's no, when your car out of gas, the gas stations are empty. What are you gonna use that money for?
Right.
That's why. Yeah, that's why the scriptures say, trust ye in the Lord. You know.
It's gonna come to a point in time where one sheet of toilet paper is gonna be worth more than $100 bill.
When the whole Venezuela situation kicked off, me and the brother Barzal did a video. This is about what, 2 years ago. A cheeseburger in Venezuela was equivalent to $17 American. Now we think the brother Tazaiwan or either Abu.
It was a chicken. A whole chicken now is worth like thousands of dollars.
Yeah, thousands of dollars. Just a whole chicken in Venezuela is worth $1,000. So what is money? You know, when the resources is limited, man.
I think hyperinflation is over 1,000% down there.
Yep.
So it's exponentially went up higher.
Yep.
So for whatever amount of $100 you have, you can say you need $1,000 for it. You know, I mean, what not $1,000, but 1,000 bolivars or whatever paper currency they use. You know.
Hey, well, look at the history with World War II, where Adolf Hitler, with the Deutschmark and the Weimar Republic, they took that money and they made wallpaper and they was burning it to keep them warm.
Man, I got a quick precept.
That's why the scripture says, trust not uncertain riches.
It's Proverbs 23:5. Wilt thou set thine eyes upon that which is not? For riches certainly make themselves wings. They fly away as an eagle toward heaven.
Yeah, man.
Done. Proverbs 23:5. Wilt thou set thine eyes upon that which is not? And what is that which is not? Money. Because it's fiat.
Yes.
It don't even really exist. When you look up the etymology of the word money, it says a tradable coin. So money is an actual element. You know?
Yeah. If you take you can't take a $20 bill and go into Wells Fargo and said I need gold for this $20 bill.
Yeah.
I mean, ain't no gold in here. You got a security box?
Right.
And you know what's crazy? Jake been robbing, human trafficking, selling drugs, hell, sitting up all night in the trap house. And you ask them what $1 is to save their life, they couldn't tell you.
They couldn't tell you.
It's a measurement, supposed to be a gold, silver, a precious stone.
It's a measurement.
Yeah. That's why they got the pound.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because that's how they would wait. That's how they would wait. Because what happened was when you go to the Federal Reserve, they show you all of that. You wasn't just gonna walk around with $2 million worth of gold. First of all, you get robbed. So what the banks did was they set up a reserve and said, here, let us hold your gold and we'll give you a measurement of what you have. We'll hold it. So whenever you come back to the bank and you want to draw out $50 of gold, you would give them that $50 measurement.
Certificate, yeah.
That certificate. And they would give it.
That you are the one. That's why I said issuance to the bearer.
Yep.
Because it was your money. So you give them back the actual certificate dollar. They give you the gold. And you know what they do with that certificate of dollar? They give it to the next man.
Give it to the next man. Yep. So
they can be certified, so they can come and they can get their gold and silver out.
On the old dollar, it said demanded by silver or gold on borrower's demand. So you're supposed to be able to get $50 of gold or $30 whatsoever, whatever measurement.
I'm gonna finish this out, then you got it. Proverbs 23:5. Wilt thou set thine eyes upon that which is not? For riches certainly make themselves wings. They fly away as an eagle toward heaven. You know, so basically, as an eagle that goes up into the heavens, after a while, you don't see that bird no more.
Hey,
he's gone.
That's right. That's why Yahweh Shai said, "Set not that treasures upon earth, where riches of rust and moth doth corrupt, and thieves could break in." Now, before, if you had money, you could put it under what? A safe, had a secret location. Now, if your money's in the bank with one swipe, they could delete it.
Yep.
Real quick. Yeah, it's real. Deactivate your account. This is Ecclesiastes 12:1.
Oh, beautiful, man.
It says, remember now thy Creator and the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. While the sun, or the light, or the moon, or the stars be not darkened.
And that's these years. These are the times that we living in. It's talking about remember the Creator and the days of our youth. That's right now. But before the evil days draw nigh. What are the evil days? When they institute the mark of the beast. And they forcing you to take the chip so that you won't be able to buy or sell unless you have that thing. Go ahead.
Done. Verse 3. It's like you finish at verse 2. Nor the clouds return after the rain. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few, and those that look out the windows be darkened.
Yeah, a lot of these companies are on the way out, man. A lot of companies trying to find out how to reinvent themselves.
Yeah.
Because everybody's going over to what is it's like not quantum. It's like they they're doing it with cryptos. They're doing it with cryptos now. It's like it's a type of algorithm that they use. They just use computers now through the spirit, you know. And all these companies, they got to transfer over to that.
And when it says look out the windows, they always had a forecast this year or what the money's gonna look like. The thing before the Lord's gonna shut down the witchcraft. They ain't gonna have no more soothsayers it's just gonna be dark. That's why they say they tremble.
It's like I was going to say to add to your point, Elder, in New York in the financial district, the bull, there's a bull market and a bear market, and it goes into that. I think Taurus goes into the riches and stuff like that.
They use astrology. The Lord's gonna shut that window to mean they can't look through those soothsayers or that demons.
I got and that. Just to add a quick point, that's what happened in Egypt. When the Pharaoh tried to go to the Magi's, and what happened? Hey, the Lord confounded him. He couldn't depend on them no more, man. And that's the importance of the prophets, because we're putting a rift in this left-hand current.
That's right.
We're putting a rift in it, man. So we throwing out the whole flow, the whole plot, and the schematics of what Esau want to do. The prophets is throwing that vibration off, man.
What it was called, a blockchain. Blockchain technology. That's what it is. The Lord's gonna, as great as that sounds for a lot of companies in the economic community, that's gonna be stopped. You know. Go ahead,
Hey, this is a precept for you. This is Revelation 11:11. It says, after 3 days and a half, the Spirit of life from the Most High entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. Because the Lord is raising us up. They know that our time is coming. That means their time is at an end. That's why he says he's going to come down with great wrath, because they know that their time is short. Even before Gingerbread Man, he left the office, he said, look, what they call them, monthly prognosticators, he said maybe this one will be true, showing that they use that.
Hey, this is Ezekiel chapter 7 and verse 19. They shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. They shall not satisfy their souls, neither fill their bowels, because it is a stumbling block of their iniquity. You see? So this money is a stumbling block to these people, man. People actually think they're going to be saved, like the brother was saying, the blockchain, all these different strategies that they're doing in the economic. The Lord about to shut all this shit down, man. You know?
Hey, Mammon is an actual god. Mammon, the money, Mammon is an actual god, and they use the image of the bull. That's why they have it over there on Wall Street. Look it up, Google it.
I got something back to you real quick. This Zephaniah 2:18. Neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath. So Zephaniah said the same thing. But this brother read. It says, but the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy, but he shall make even a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land. And look, it's like what the brother was saying earlier, right? You can't, lift up your last check stub from 2019 and go to the missiles and say, look,
Right, here it is, Satan 2 minutes away from tearing your ass apart. And you just, hold on, man, I got $10,000, man. Satan 2 Satan 2 can't cash that check.
They won't save you, man. The Lord is determined, because Scripture says that the Lord has his determination to destroy the nations. So if he's going to destroy the nations, what is currency? What is money? What is all that to the Heavenly Father?
Hey, say that on Isaiah 13 when it says speak about the Medes, speak about Russia, speak about
it's not the light and gold and
silver.
Ain't no negotiating with the
So that money gonna be fucking obsolete, man.
I got something too.
I'm rich.
This is and just like what brother was saying earlier about the inflation, about the Weimar Republic and Deutschmark. When basically at that time they were living lavish. You had the super rich, they were living very, very wealthy. But when the inflation hit, basically all the abundance of money they had was basically worthless. They couldn't even do nothing with it. If you had $100,000, you could probably get a burger with it. You could probably get certain basic items. But this inflation is also in the scriptures. This is 2 Kings 6, and I'll start at 24. And it came to pass after this that Benhadad, king of Syria, gathered all his hosts and went up and besieged Samaria. And there was a great famine in Samaria, and behold, they besieged it until an ass's head was sold for 80 pieces of silver.
The currency is going to change. It's going to change. Humans are going to be commodity. Just like you see,
those are the Book of Eli.
The movie, the Book of Eli, the movie The Road, when he hit that house and in the basement, motherfuckers chained up like it was like a butchery, The currency, people are going to be commodities. Like I said, toilet paper, through the spirit, these things are going to be the new commodity.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And it said 4 score, which is 80. 80 pieces of silver for an ass's head.
That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
And the 4th part of a cab of dove's dung for 5 pieces of silver.
Shit.
Niggas buying shit.
The hell with the dove, they was eating the dung.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's bad as shit.
You know what doves dung? Like if you use dung too, you know that's you could burn that. You can use that to heat. You know, you can use that for you know, start fires and things like that.
There's toxins in it.
Yeah, you can burn that. So that's like, if you ain't got no oil, you gotta use dung.
Yep, that's crazy.
So man, even that was a commodity back then.
Scarcity of resources.
Yeah.
And it said it was a besiegement. And really, America, when war is going to take place, there's going to be no more imports and exports. These big boy trucks that carrying all these big boy cargo loads, you know, full of all the goods that you actually purchase from the store. When the stores close down, the stores shut down. I mean, the trucks shut down. And when all that is at a screeching halt, all you can depend on is your resources.
Hey, I got a quick precept going into the imports and exports. Because mass majority of American exports and imports come in from what? Ships.
Right.
This is Zephaniah chapter 1, and I'm gonna go to verse 10. It says, "And it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord, that there shall be a noise, that there shall be the noise of a cry from the fish gate." Yeah. You see that? There's going into them imports and them exports, them docks. You know, the fish gate. You know. A noise of a cry. Hey, the people ain't gonna be able to offload them cargo ships, man. It ain't gonna. Hey, and then what's happening right now? America's in a major trade war with China. Yep. And I can't remember which brother it was, but he said he was talking to somebody. He said America is really feeling that that back end effect of that trade war. But he said right now they don't really feel it, but they probably gonna feel it at the last quarter of the year.
Right.
The last quarter of the year, America's gonna start feeling the effects of that trade war.
Because they gotta go in for the debt ceiling again.
Yep.
Because they gotta try to raise it. You know. So and that usually happens really like every year around the holiday time. So whatever the 3rd or 4th quarter, like if you don't really make no money in the 3rd quarter, the 4th quarter is your last ditch effort to try to bring in some money for the year.
That's why they got the Black Friday and all that shit.
Over again. You know, they got to push these certain products and things, you know, Black Friday, you know. But here it is, that same time of year that they push for that is also the same time of year when they want to try to raise the debt ceiling.
Yep.
So it's going to be a you know, conflict there.
I'm gonna finish it, then y'all brothers got it. Zephaniah 1 and what was that? 10. And it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord, that there shall be the noise of a cry from the fish gate, and a howling from the second, and a great crashing from the hills. That's an economic crash. All right, America is getting ready to experience the worst economic crash ever, and a lot of you American citizens are gonna be the victim of it, man. All right, all of your resources are going to be confiscated, man.
Hey, well, that's why the scriptures say, 2 Corinthians 2:11, we're not ignorant to Satan's devices.
Yep.
We know, the Lord said, we know about the secret counsel of the elite. We know the Lord control what? The light and the darkness. Them on the left-hand side, they say, according to the New World Order, that they want to be so financially strong that they want to bankrupt all the businesses in the world, where now everybody has to take the chip and accept the New World Order.
Yep.
That's part of the Hegelian dialectics, or order of chaos, or chaos.
Like when we went to the Ark of Titus yesterday, at the heading of the stone, it said Novus Ordo Seclorum.
Exactly.
This is Revelation 18. And I start at 10. Standing afar off.
Y'all start there. Standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come.
Right, how did it become mighty? Because off of wicked riches, man. Proverbs 10 and 2. This city didn't become great out of thin air. Right. You know? And some of their riches, or what their currency was us.
Yeah, that was the main currency.
We were us. We were the dollar bills. You know what I'm saying? We were the